Ladies and gentlemen, today I show you guys the #1 way to go through the rounds so you guys can unlock the animated camo for the Mars event. Now this strategy I recommend because I've done it before on Astra Malorum to go to high rounds. Plus, I have also kind of done this a decent amount today. Now they just reset the entire event. So if you were already grinding today, they reset your score because of a ton of bugs that were going on. Before, previously, you couldn't leave, you couldn't die, you had to save and quit for your score to actually update, and half the time it wouldn't update. So they had to reset it so it could kind of be balanced again. But it's kind of why I waited all day to post this video. Before you hop in your game, you need to run the augment for toxic growth that I have been preaching to you guys like crazy. Core Deception, Ankle Shredder, and Green Thumb. Hands down, Chef's Kiss, best augment combo for toxic growth, and it's going to make this strategy even easier. Now, I did run the arrow launcher as well in this game. I recommend it, but you're just going to have to watch the video to hear all my advice. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. To unlock all new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP, check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Use code SPAZO to save 5% off for a limited time only. Okay, so this video is definitely going to be pretty interesting. Now, I do want to say this map is hard as balls sometimes. It is not an easy map. It's not like playing Exit 115. It's not like playing Van Dorn Farm. It's way harder, and solely due to the on and off of the actual no gravity, and then also Uber Klaus just being a pain in the ass. It is as simple as that. Today, we loaded in with the arrow launcher. Now, specifically because in this event, the only thing that's reported is your very high round. So, the highest round you can achieve on survival, the winner takes all, right? So if you can get to round 999, frankly, buddy, you're probably gonna win. But if not, if you say you can only get to round 50, you'll see it on your leaderboards. But what I believe is this is reported all just by high rounds. Now you can't like go to round 30, leave, go to round 30. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way. You have to do one game, your highest round, right? But I will say this, it definitely is nice that they fixed this before it already was 24 hours in. It's only been like 4 hours since the release of the actual event, 5 hours-ish. I'm not exactly sure, but it is nice that they did this, right? Now, I know some of you guys might be like, damn, what the hell? But to be honest, it was extremely glitched out. I mean, I played quite a few games and it didn't work for me. So yeah, it was definitely nice to see that, and finally we can grind for this camo. Now, when Direct-In Mode first came out for Astra Malorum, I came up with the strategy here on the channel of us sitting on this wall with the LGM. Now, the LGM is inside of this map. Do not get me wrong. This was the strategy. I'm sure most of you guys, if you've notified on the videos and you watched all the XP videos, you guys probably seen me do this. But I will say, the LGM is inside of this map, but it is as rare as the Gauntlet is inside of the other survival maps. It is extremely hard to get. Ideally, you're gonna want to get it, right? But again, it is hard to get. So you have to be mentally prepared to at least go to round 40 in order to get lucky enough to get this. Okay, now it definitely is a challenging one. There's a gobble gum, we'll take it. 1 gum awarded. What is this TED task? We don't have enough essence. It's been a long time since I have not had enough essence to start a TED task. We can go ahead and do this real quick. Get some rarity. Bruh! What the heck? That is not the way you want to start a high round game. That is something insane. This is literally perform critical kills. We unfortunately can't do that unless we say hit the mystery box and get a weapon and farm like that. Which, I mean, these zombies are going to spawn in regardless, so we might as well just do it. Plus, having a different weapon isn't always a bad thing. Now that we went down, we're going to have to redo our PhD flopper. We have the M15 mod. We'll take it. We can throw this decoy real quick. When you first start out on this map with the launcher, it can definitely be a challenge because you're moving so slow. But like I said, man, this map isn't actually easy. It's actually a little bit challenging, and it's nice, but I have heard a lot of people say, you know what, bro, it's cool, it's fun, but it's too hard. And I definitely understand that. Like, Uber Klaus is super beefy. It's hard to kill him right now. I mean, obviously, maybe an ammo mod will help, or maybe using, say, the ray gun would help, and I'm sure it does, right? And that probably will be implemented today. But it certainly isn't easy for anybody to just play this and have a bit of fun, right? I definitely am going to see a lot of people struggle with this, and I will fully understand you if you're like, bro, This shit sucks. All right, I understand. 100%. It's going to be pretty easy. We have PhD flopper kills on Mars. We just have to actually get the zombies together to actually be able to do this. The thing is, man, with anti-gravity, it's so slow in this map, so you kind of got to be mentally prepared to be in the game for a long time. It does take a long time to get through this stuff. So, bam, there we go. We can get those kills. We're at a blue rarity tier, and we can get those kills. Having insta-kill definitely does help. There we go. A few more kills. We can just jump right here. Bam. There's legendary. Okay, cool. Picking up as much salvage as humanly possible because obviously we want to race to that next level of rarity. There's Wisp Tea. I'll take it. Yeah, one thing I recommend in your game, man, is definitely be hitting every TED trial you can, at least until you're fully maxed out. Don't be sitting around waiting, you know, and not doing it. At least activate it and see if you can do it. Try to complete it, right? Because obviously you don't want to miss out on that extra salvage, whatever it is. And even sometimes when you're legendary, it might be wise to do them because obviously more salvage, you can buy more streaks, take down Uberklaus. It definitely is super smart to do that. One thing that's really, really good for Uberklaus and kind of the method that I've been going around about killing him is getting yourself a War Machine. A War Machine can literally insta-kill him. And I'm not even joking. I mean, yeah, it's not like literally one tap, but with how fast you can take him down, you would be genuinely surprised. So we're back here today with our strategy that we obviously did a long time ago, and we're using the Toxic Growth Augment that kind of creates a zombies wall. I've been making so many videos about this augment because it really is OP inside of zombies, but I would recommend giving it a shot as it does make these rounds super duper easy inside of the game. There's a zombie over there. We can just shoot that, try and take him down. The best thing to do, man, is obviously try to go through these damn rounds as fast as possible. Regular rounds on this, again, like I've already stated a few times in this video, they're so slow. It genuinely is hard. Like, it is not easy, man. I tell you, it is simply just not an easy map to play because of how slow it goes and then to how fast it goes once the anti-gravity is actually up. So you definitely got to be careful. You got to be ready for anything. You can't place that there. That's sucks. Can I please place this down? Place it! Oh my gosh. Okay, put it away. I don't even want it anymore. We need to buy ammo. Thank you. Nice thing about the arrow launcher, man, is the damage is really, really good. It lasts a while. You don't really have to worry too much about getting Pack-a-Punch right away. Now, obviously, Uberklaus, again, he's a problem. So you kind of have to be prepared for that. But when you can't afford it, I would recommend getting that good old War Machine. Is at the end of the rounds. Zombie over there. Here's a zombie right here. Nice. Okay. We got him. Our arrow launcher is going to destroy our sentry gun, so let's put it just right there. And we're just going to keep waiting for another TED task while we have this Rampage Inducer active. Again, we're just going to keep chilling here. I would recommend having your Rampage Inducer active at all times. Do not turn it off. And I know it can get hard, and you can obviously turn it off once you're at like 45 or 50, wherever you want to be. But I would recommend keeping it on at the beginning just because of how slow it would be without it. It is just a big recommendation of mine. There we go. We can just keep chilling. There's a combat axe on the ground. Here's a max armor. Nice. All right, there we go. There's the end of that round. We can go double pack. Try and just keep upgrading as much as possible with also not going down. Hopefully soon we can get another TED task though. But this is it, man. We're just going to keep going and keep functioning just like this. So we're just going to throw it on our M15 mod, which is super clutch. We do have it uncommon rarity. I'm not really worried about getting it, you know, upgraded right now, but might as well take that because sometimes a regular gun in this can definitely help. Like obviously, you know, say get Mule Kick or something, so maybe you can carry a wonder weapon down the road. You can also carry the arrow launcher. Realistically, just being real, it's way easier if you can and if the round allows it to just use a regular weapon when there is anti-gravity. Because of how slow the zombies are, it's kind of smart not to camp on those rounds. It just makes life a million times easier whenever you're playing. Whenever you're trying to push through those rounds to get to that next round, of course. That's just the one problem with this Mars map. I wish there was an option to just be like, you know what, nah, screw that and turn that shit off. That would be super nice. Pretty sure there isn't an option like that. Yeah, you can't really interact with it or nothing. Yeah, we're just going to keep farming this stuff, keep waiting for more TED tasks till we can get legendary, triple pack our stuff, kind of just slowly get everything set up. Next round, we're going to have an Uberklaus, so we need to be prepared for that. But again, a regular gun is going to do better than, say, the arrow launcher, the new special weapon, Just so many things like that you can kind of just use and make sure that you kind of get in your game. Even if it's something stupid or something that kind of isn't the best thing, it's going to be better than the arrow launcher. Now, you could always be like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to start with my favorite gun, and then I'll hit the box for the arrow launcher. That does work, and I have done it. But it's hard. I mean, there's plenty of guns in this game, so your chances of just getting the arrow launcher, you could get it, and you will get it in time, but it's not going to be on your first hit, so you might end up spending more essence than you should, when in reality, you could just spawn with the arrow launcher and then just get a random gun from the mystery box and just use that, right? That's always kind of the smarter way to go about it. We have enough for epic. We can go put it on our thing. Here's Uber Klaus right here. We can throw that nade. Okay, we can grab epic rarity. Come on, leave me out of that. There we go. There's a new weapon level. What gobblegum do we earn? A cashback. Okay, that does a chunk of damage, bro. Come on. That does a chunk of damage. A decent amount right now. But I will say in high rounds it doesn't. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys see what I'm saying? I hope you guys see what I'm saying. This is like this the entire game. It's no joke. And then you'll have like 2 of them just spawn in randomly. It's crazy. Like you'll have one spawn in one round and then it's like the next round one spawns in. It's like, hold up. Wait a minute. Damn. And it's all because of anti-gravity. But you guys can see how little damage it does when he's in that phase. When he's kind of blocking stuff. So that's when we just pull out our regular weapon. Or you just pull out your war machine and just destroy him. Your regular weapon is just going to deal a little bit more, obviously, because you can hit the coils on him. But it's a problem. Uber Klaus is a problem on this damn map. I'm not trying to justify it. He is a freaking beefy elite right now in this map. For sure. He might be more annoying, honestly, than Oscar. I ain't even going to lie. We can grab some salvage. Okay. We can just keep killing these guys. I think it would be cool if they kind of did like a survival map, though, low-key, that like didn't have elites and it was just zombies. No Ravage around, none of that stuff. There we go. Okay, he's dead. But as you guys can see, how much freaking health they have at round 16. It's kind of crazy. Like, Zerso would have done been dead. That's for real. Zerso would have easily have been killed way before that. So right now, what we need to do, since we have the arrow launcher, we need to buy a plate. Okay, we need to drop down here. We need to pick up stamina. For sure, because we got to be able to move a little bit better with the launcher. And there we go, we can activate that. Stand still, TED task, easy. Stand still and get kills is what this TED task requires. So we can just train them all up. We can stand still, and we can just shoot. Same thing, rinse and repeat. We can train them up, stand still, shoot. There's a double points, we want that. And I missed it somehow, some way. Stand still, kills. Legendary, okay, easy. Nuke. Alright, what do we got? Epic Ether Tool, see? Huge. We can put that on our M15 mod. That's kind of why we didn't waste the salvage. There we go. So now we have 2 guns at blue rare or epic rarity double pack, which is big money. That's what we want, of course. We still need to start getting our perks. We need to try and save up for triple pack though for the launcher. The one problem I have kind of came across in this map, which is so weird, is if you don't play it right, like exactly right, you will have trouble getting triple pack. It's so weird. Like, I don't know. This map is interesting. I mean, it's a new map. It's cool. But it's not the same as regular survival maps. But we can just keep pushing through these rounds. We'll be all right. We got this. Once you're kind of ready to get into the strategy, all you want to do is pop your Toxic Growth right here, of course, and say you can use your arrow launcher, right? And we're just going to sit here. We're just going to reload. We're going to let them stack up. If Toxic Growth kills them, Toxic Growth kills them. That's kind of the goal. That's the plan. But we just want to make sure we're getting our launcher kills as well so we can keep getting the next one going. All these zombies will drop down into the Toxic Growth. Now, sometimes one might push through, especially on the higher rounds or without anti-gravity. But that's why we're using the arrow launcher, because of its strength, right? It can kill zombies pretty easily and fairly quick. There we go. We got some more zombies. There we go. We can pull out our M15 mod, finish this round up. It's not really going to take us too long. Should be the end of it. We did pick up some more perks as well, which is super nice. Now, I would say, man, this map can be very easy for most people because of the anti-gravity. It isn't entirely too hard. You just got to be prepared for Uber Klaus. That really is my best advice, man. It's a pain in the ass. I really cannot express it enough. If you haven't played this map yet, good luck. Sincerely, good luck. This strategy is really, really easy to go through the rounds, but having him as a thing, again, is annoying. You know, it kind of hurts the entire process. But that's just how it is. That's how this map is. We can throw a decoy. Last time he dropped us a death machine, so we can use it here. And we can just cook him real quick. Takes up pretty much all of the ammo, which shows just how crazy it is, guys. That really proves a lot, all right? It doesn't, no, the death machine doesn't suck, bro. Like, compare the death machine, how fast it kills the Zersa compared to Uberklaus. And we got a combat axe. Ah, okay. That was not quite the investment. All right, we can go back over here. We should be getting another TED task soon. We can hop back into our strategy. This map really just takes time, ladies and gentlemen. It really does. You can't really speed run through this map. There's really no way. I mean, we're 20 minutes in on round 22. It's just how it is. It really is. But if you want that high score, you just got to be able to sit there in your game and go through the rounds. You can use this strategy. I would recommend it, right? And you always can get, say, the regular ray gun and do that and just chill here with the regular ray gun. That works. And I would love to try and push and get the actual regular ray gun in my match, right? But, obviously, we got to wait a little bit because it's more likely to happen like after round 30. There's a nuke. We'll just grab it, finish the round off. We almost have enough for triple pack soon as well. We really should be getting another TED task. Yeah, I was going to say, a Ravager round and a TED task. Okay. Hit fire, kill, TED task. Would that... I don't know. We'll just use that 15 mod. I was wondering if we just shot from the hip on the launcher, if that would count, but I fear it wouldn't because you ADS before you shoot regardless, I think. This will be easy enough with the M15 mod, though. That's why we have it. Help us out with these little challenges, or finish the round, or help with Uberklauses a little bit. But yeah, your best bet, obviously, for Uberklaus is going to be the ray gun or the war machine. But like I said, it just takes time to get those things, because you obviously got to get your gun's rarity up first. You know, things like that. It just takes time. That's the one thing with this event. You can't just hop in the game and just farm the absolute hell out of it. You got to be willing to spend that time. And I mean, at least there's a save and quit feature. Right, so even for the people who say work jobs and stuff, this isn't a leaderboard event that's kind of gonna hurt you and like say like the other ones kind of stop the people who work, people maybe who work 12s, right? You couldn't really do some of the other ones, but this one, it's just the highest round achieved. I'm 99% sure. So yeah. Now, if it wasn't the highest round achieved, if it was just like, oh, farm rounds, how many rounds can you actually survive in this? Then it would be go to round 15, leave your game, spawn back in, go to round 15. I don't think I'm supposed to be this high. Okay, we're good. But that would be the method if it wasn't that way. Which actually, originally, that's the way I thought it was, but it wasn't counting for me. You know, like it was 25 or say 30, and that was it. I didn't go, like, it didn't work. So it's pretty much the highest round. From what I know, unless they changed it. You know, wait, do we have 2 Uberklauses? Gotta be shitting me. On round 24, we got 2 Uberklauses. Holy moly, man. This is redonkulous. This is redonkulous. Alright. Oh, this round's almost over. I wish Mars had like a trap. They should have added like a little trap near. And I know it's not in the main map, but that'd be cool. That would be cool. We have enough for triple pack. Let's throw that in the machine. Okay, we can run back this way. I don't even know if we're going to be able to deal any good damage to him. Deal a decent amount. But not enough. They have so much health, bro. That's so crazy to me. How much HP these Uberklauses have. It really is kind of crazy. It definitely takes a minute, dude. Triple packed epic rarity on round 25, and we struggle. That's what's crazy. There we go. Another hit. Mangler Cannon TED task. Okay. This will be easy. We can drop down here. We got 7 rounds left. Okay. We can just kind of train back. Kill a decent amount of zombies. We got to train them up. That's the one thing, man. Uberklaus is really fucking us here. There's Epic. We have one more shot. One more shot at making this legendary. We should be able to get it. Maybe. I don't know. No. That wasn't it. That was just not the right time to do it. We can push back over here. Come on. There we go. Legendary. Okay. Yeah, so obviously with Uberklaus not being around, we don't want to sit in our strategy. We want to just stay away from it. And just try and kill him. It's just our best bet. What did we get? It's nothing. Nothing of use for us. There's one dead. Okay, we can just keep going. Kill some of these zombies. Direct hit. Get another round. We can buy some. I would use this M15 mod, but right now I'm trying to also kill the zombies. I mean, if you got the essence, bro, just use your launcher. But it just takes time. It's so slow. That's my only complaint, is I think Uberklaus has a little too much HP in this. For sure. Just an opinion, though, ladies and gents. It might be a skill issue. You might be right. Come on, there we go. Now we just got the core. The core is super easy. There's a war machine. Nice. All right, cool. Now we got a little bit of setup going on. Okay, we got our salvage on the ground. We can pick all this stuff up. We're 25 minutes into the game. There's a disciple injection. I would stay away from those in this. Obviously, they're good for zombies, right? We can all agree there. But for the sake of Uberklauses, they're not worth it. So I would recommend just not picking them up. There's legendary, finally. Now we're maxed out on this. Now we can kind of do a little bit more with what we got. We can say buy a self-revive now that we need it. And just a few things like that. We can just keep letting these zombies come over here. But yeah, we're just going to keep pushing through these rounds. And yeah, we're going to hop back into our strategy next round. Now we are just going to focus on him. See how much damage we're dealing with the actual war machine. Way better than, say, without it. And there we go. He's now dead. Now we can just, say, use this and finish him off. So, obviously, once you come to that point in your game and you can actually get this, it's going to be your best option. Again, the ray gun's going to do good, but it's not going to beat the war machine. So, if you can just constantly have a war machine, you're going to be able to kind of defend yourself a little bit better against Uberklaus. Whereas if you don't, you're going to be hurt a little bit more, right? So, just kind of remind yourself a little bit of that when you're playing and doing this strategy. Let's see. We have him. We can grab that. Kind of freezes him a little bit. There we go. There we go. He's dead. We got a little bit of ammo left. We had to double this round, which was just unfortunate, but that's what we had. And there we go. Uberklaus is gone. Both of them. Let's see. But I would still recommend getting the wonder weapon. I wouldn't really pass that. If you can, I don't know if you can carry the LGM and the ray gun, but you can get the LGM because obviously it deals a ton of damage when it's triple pack and you can just spam it. Or you can kind of just go the route of just having the regular ray gun. It's really up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to anybody in the comments. It's up to you what you want to do. But my advice would be to make sure you at least have one ray gun. And the LGM has infinite ammo, so you can kind of always count on that to help you go through rounds. So, yeah, the LGM would probably be your best bet. We can just keep letting these zombies come over here. We can just keep letting them stack up at Toxic Growth, and then we can shoot our launcher. It's kind of the goal here. Sometimes, again, they'll pass right through. We do have a double Toxic Growth right there. So that's always nice because it deals a little bit more damage. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. We got a few more zombies left, I guess. Okay, we can hit the box again. Nice Toxic Growth. Thank you. What do we got? Nothing. It's round 31. I'm trying to think. What should we do? It's anti-gravity. Trying to get this dang ray gun. We can shoot. We only have 5 rockets left. I guess we can just keep chilling. It really isn't no big deal. We're going to need some ammo, but it's nice having Vulture's Aid because you do get ammo dropped. So that is a big plus. Okay. There's max armor. Another launcher rocket on the ground or whatever. There we go. We can just keep shooting. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, I mean, it takes a long time to get set up. Like, we're a half hour in this game only on round 31. But now that we're set up, we're going to be able to go through these rounds and really improve our score. Again, it's just one of those events that is a little bit time consuming, but once you're set up, you're good. Obviously, if you stay in that game, of course. Okay. Here we go. Round should pretty much be about over. Keep hitting this mystery box. Let me just take my time and get the 3 plate. Because this will be my game where I go to high rounds so I can get number 1. I'm not going to start a new game. We're going to be saving and quitting this game. Just continue making the run. It takes too long to be messing around like that, to be fair. It just does. Okay, nothing. Okay, we got Uberklaus right there. And shoot again. We'll wait for him to come up here. Shoot. We'll pull this out. Let him come right here. Look at how much damage we just did. There we go. Yeah, see, we're out of ammo. So there's nothing we really can do right now with our war machine. But we can buy some more launchers. You move so slow with this, bro. It seems like you move incredibly slow, especially with anti-gravity. And you can always just say, come back over to your strategy, pop your toxic growth, right? And just chill here for a second while he's making his way back up here. It always works. Go hit the toxic growth and just things like that. Like, you'll learn in your game how to do it and what you should do to make it a little bit easier for yourself. It's not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen, your very first time, but once you play this and once you kind of understand it and the strategy and what you need to do, you're going to be able to reach those high rounds, and you're going to be able to use this strategy to just go through the rounds with ease, considering you have a zombie wall in front of you. Again, what did we go over today? Sit in this strategy, prep yourself, use a war machine for Uberklaus if you can afford it. If not, just train around the area and keep shooting him with your launcher or whatever gun you want to shoot him with, right? Takes time, but once you're set up, I would recommend the LGM, the regular ray gun, or the war machine for Uberklaus. Those are one of those three you need every time the Uberklaus spawns in on the higher rounds, and I'm talking just past round 20. You want to start looking for that answer. Now, obviously, don't spend all of your essence at the mystery box on round 20 because you're probably not going to get the ray gun. If you got a wonder bar, you want to use it, cool, that's up to you, right? You don't have to. You just got to go through a ton of rounds and just keep hitting the mystery box in the higher rounds, and you will get some of the wonder weapons. But it's a very, very simple method explained. It's not too crazy. The strategy isn't too hard. You just jump on this wall with your toxic growth right there and just shoot your launcher. That's really it to go through these rounds, and this will work for a very long time in your game. This is really the only strategy in this map where you can kind of just camp and chill. Now, I do plan on having another strategy come out whenever I do come across it. I'm going to be looking and stuff like that. But I would really recommend this one as it has worked in high rounds, and it has worked in high rounds for me just playing Astra Malorum. So it's going to work here in survival, except if you just can't deal with Uberklaus, then you're going to have a problem. But with the methods we talked about today, you should have no problem dealing with him. But want to take a moment and thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully this video helped you out. I don't know if it did. So hopefully I see you guys with the camo 3 days from now. That would be nice. But I know I'm going to have it. I'm not going to miss out on it like I missed out on the Fallout one because I was just too bored to play zombies. But yeah, do it. Grind. Get this done. Get the camo. I'll see you guys in the next one. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.